Um, and you're live streaming. Sally Quinn, this mic is all yours.
All righty. Well, thank you for having me here today. And I'd like to thank all you guys for being here and all you people watching on YouTube. Um, I'm a nervous teacher because I'm very new at it. So I decided today that I would just talk about my own forgiveness experience. And it's kind of easy for me to talk about myself because I know me. But so I married my husband, my second husband, in 2006, and in 2008 we got his four grandchildren. We became guardians of them. So it it was quite an experience. The oldest had experienced a lot of abuse growing up, so she was very angry, and took her anger out on me a lot. But she when she turned 18, she moved out of the house, didn't tell us. She just left and didn't call, didn't write, moved in with her boyfriend. Oh boy, was I ever mad. I'll tell you, I was just beside myself, and I was so full of hatred and anger, and I just didn't want to be that. I didn't want to be that person that had that hatred and that anger. And I got to that point where there's got to be something better than this. There's got to be something better than this. And through YouTube, I found out about the course, and I uh, uh, I wanted to buy it on Audible because I'd listen to Audible on the way to work. I worked with people with special needs, and I lived about 40 minutes away, so I had time in between work and home to to listen to whatever. So I got, because I'm cheap, I got what was it, the fourth one, the supplements, psychotherapy, purpose and process. And I'd listen to it and I'd say, I mean, if you took the word psychotherapy out of this, man, this is pretty deep stuff. I love this. This is great. And then I found a disappearance of the universe, and it really helped to make the course really clear in my mind. But I would always just pray to God on the way to work, like, I want to be a conduit of your love. I just want to be here and just take your love and give it away. And then the course found me, which was fantastic. So then, you start out with the whole forgiveness process, and at first you're like, making up excuses for people, and, oh, well, they were young, and, that forgiveness to destroy kind of thing. And I went through that for a little while, until I realized, that no, forgiveness really, what forgiveness is the fact that we're not here. This is all a dream. And I'm just thinking that I'm a character in a movie that's actually already played. So I'm actually reviewing a movie, and I think I'm a character in this review of a movie. And then when I realized that, it all became really clear. Like, okay, forgiveness is that I'm spirit, and I'm not this body, I'm not this physical form, and I this never happened because this is all a dream. And okay, so yeah, so I tried for so long to do it, like, do forgiveness, do it, just I gotta forgive this. Like, you can wave a magic wand, and then you're not going to feel the effects of it anymore. But no, that's not it. And I realized that over time, and listening to Keith Kavanaugh, I'm a big listener of Keith Kavanaugh, that, really, if you just try and be with your upset and not judge it, that's true forgiveness. To just be with it, and not put a label on it, not put a name on it, just be with it. And so that's kind of like where I'm at right now, in my forgiveness process. And um, yeah, I'm not a body, and I asked for everything that I got, and this is, everybody probably knows this. See, this is me. I'm like, these people know everything, so I don't know why I'm telling them. But I feel like this has to be important because people seem to think that I can teach. Okay, so this is from chapter 21, section 2, responsibility for sight, the third paragraph. And it is, I am responsible for what I see. I choose the feelings I experience, and I decide upon the goal I would achieve. And everything that seems to happen to me, I ask for and receive as I have asked. Deceive yourself no longer. I'm sorry, that's my text. Deceive yourself no longer that you are helpless in the face of what is done to you. Acknowledge but that you have been mistaken and that all effects of your mistakes will disappear. So, yeah, everything, it's not, don't feel guilty about it, but I did ask for this. Sometimes I wonder why. I thought I could handle all this stuff, but anyway, that's beside. But yeah, so so it's easy for me to forgive somebody in a car, or to smile and be kind to people, or to not internalize what other people say. But when it comes to my family, holy crap, man, I am so glad that they're there, because every time they show me what I need to work on with all my shortcomings, and boy, oh boy, are there a lot of forgiveness opportunities. My husband says that he's my biggest forgiveness opportunity, but I don't know. I think I am, right? I think I'm my biggest forgiveness opportunity, because he's really just a projection from my mind. So yeah. So, and also the same with my beautiful granddaughter, who is now decided that she's gonna ghost us and keep our great grandchildren away from us, and that's my biggest forgiveness opportunity right now. And I just sit with it and try not to label it, but wow, some of these forgiveness opportunities are just ongoing, and I'm waiting for the day, and I know that's an ego statement, but I'm waiting for the day when I can just think of it and not and just not have it bother me. And I know that everything happens for a reason. There's no one out there. It's an inside job. It's all in me. And when things come up, I just hope that I can truly forgive it and truly feel the peace, the peace of God. And that's kind of what I'm working on now, is trust. Trusting that the Holy Spirit's there, and the Holy Spirit's guiding me. And yeah, that's a real tough one, because God, my mind, it just talks away, and doesn't make a lot of sense sometimes. But yeah, like right now. But yeah, I don't know what anything is for. That's one of my big things, is I don't know what anything's for, and I've given everything all the meaning it has for me. So so whenever I come up on a situation where I'm just like, why in the heck did that happen? I just tell myself, I don't know what anything is for, and I've given everything all the meaning it has for me. And yeah, and I just try to be with it, when I'm in my right mind, and hope that eventually I could be right-minded most of the time. But yeah, okay, let me think of something else. Yeah, see, right now I'm trying to channel the Holy Spirit, because that's the whole thing. And I just I'm not going to judge myself. I'm not going to be negative to myself, because I feel like I'm with all these people that teach, and they're really smart and everything, and I'm just like in the background, but that's not true because it's just me and I'm the only one here, even though you guys are listening. I'm the only one here. Um, and it's all just a projection from my mind. And I'm just trying to peel away the onion, get all the layers off the onion so that I can see true light and true love and be true light and true love. And yeah, that's about it. That's about all I have to say today. I'm sorry. What time is it? Did I use up more time today? Or
Oh, you're so funny. You're cracking me up over here, Sally.
that's good. That's
Because
good.
I know you feel like you're just like on the spot, like, oh, what am I supposed to say next? But give yourself a little bit of a break here, because you started out with a really interesting thing, because you're experiencing a a dilemma in your life and you're wondering what to do about it. And obviously it's painful. It's got to be painful to be experiencing, being ghosted by a child that put a lot of
Oh,
love into, and so then you have to ask the Holy Spirit, well, what is this for? And of course, we could come up with a lot of coarse platitudes about it. Oh, it's so that you can learn to see that you can't be abandoned like you think you abandoned God. Uh, and
Yeah.
so you can see that, there's a lot of things that could come up into your mind that would give you a reason for why these things are happening. Um, but it doesn't really matter why it's happening. What matters is that you're able to truly forgive it and look at it without judgment and without fear. Uh, because there's a lot of a fear that comes up when you're thinking about, what's going to happen to this child, these children, am I ever going to see them? What are they thinking? What do they want? Do they have everything they need? You go through a lot of fearful thoughts. And I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. I'm just kind of observing how I would be feeling if that were in my situation. If I were having, let me put on my camera so it doesn't just look like you're just sitting here looking at nothing. Anyway, so let's see, put us both up here. So and I see Marcy has her hand up too, so this is good. So yeah, so asking the questions that you're asking, are so perfect. What's happening here, and what is it for? Isn't that the what A Course in Miracles says? Ask of everything. What is it for? And so you're really, really, really on the right track, and don't even imagine that you're uh, out of the ability to know that or to fix this because excuse me, when the forgiveness occurs, when you really, get what it is that you're looking for, you're probably not going to be worried or care anymore about what happens because you know that everything is all right. And B, there may be no more reason for that situation to be happening. And sometimes, it leads to a much happier outcome than what you're first expecting, if that makes any sense. And Marcy has her hand up. Go ahead, Marcy.
hello. I'm back from letting a dog out in the backyard because I couldn't walk. I was still, I don't know when you got on, Sally, because I think you were in a group that I was in earlier today, maybe.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, so I don't know what I was babbling about in that group, but you may have caught the part about the issue with the friend that I have who's bugging me because I can't get my daughter to do what she wants me
Yeah.
to do. That whole thing. And I don't know your story, so I don't know if you want to share any of it other than what Lynn did. But I give you a lot of credit for getting on here. I could talk to people, but leading a group, I've led groups. I used to be a art therapist. So it's not like can't talk to people, but I feel like sometimes I'm so wrapped up in the ego that it's like, oh, how am I going to be useful if all I can tell you are my stories, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. Exactly.
But I think, I
Yeah.
mean, I usually am walking my neighbor's dog now, so I don't know how I want to be on now. I want to be on for like 4 hours in the morning, Lynn. This is getting too crazy. Except my husband's not home today. Yay, he's at work. So I can do anything I want without him noticing I'm not organized or cleaning or anything.
No, my granddaughter, my stepdaughter was a heroin addict.
Oh,
She's
okay.
clean for I think 6 years now, but broke up with her boyfriend and moved in here, and her daughter is just very angry and very hurt, and coming to that realization, and she kind of I think would rather her mom be a drug addict because that's kind of the way that she pictures her. So now that she's clean, she kind of wanted us to ghost her mom. She didn't want us to let her mom live here, because she feels that her mom's still using drugs, so her mom needs to go to some kind of a rehab, which is not true. And so that's why she ghosted us, because her mom lives here, and
Oh,
she
okay.
ghosted her mom as well. So, and
Yeah.
we're enablers.
Yeah,
We're
well, so am
we're
I.
enablers. But we enabled them to stay together as a family as well, and enabled them to grow up in a healthy situation. But
Yeah,
that's neither here nor there.
right, right.
Yeah. So yeah, but my other granddaughter, I was involved a lot of carpools and the and the friends, and I'll tell you what, she doesn't even know any of those people anymore. She's gone to
Yeah,
college, and all those people are living their lives, and all the drama that she went through with all of them, they're not even in contact anymore, and they all still live in the same area.
wow. Yeah. So are you saying so the two people that live with you are your daughter and your
My
stepdaughter and your
and my
husband
and my husband, yeah.
and granddaughter and
Well,
your
my granddaughter was here, but she said she couldn't live here with her mom. She had to move out. So
okay. How old is she?
she is 21 now,
Oh, okay.
and the other one's 29.
Okay.
The older one, yeah.
Yeah.
But she was there, and when mom was really drugging it up, and kind of was mom for a while at the age of 12,
Right. That's
you
that's
know,
hard. Yeah.
until we took over. So,
So how do you feel about it?
about the ghosting. I understand how she feels. I totally understand the anger that she has. It just hurts, it
Yeah.
hurts. But I can't really change her mind. And I told her, and she kind of took it the wrong way. But I said, you need help with that anger. I mean, that's just going to hurt you.
Yeah.
It's just going to tear you up. But and then other
Yeah.
times I'm like, fuck her, bitch.
Yeah. I got that part too. Oh, did anybody hear that? I hope not. So when you're thinking about the Holy Spirit and the Course in Miracles, how how are you using that to help you with this?
I just try to be with it and not
Okay.
judge it, you know.
Yeah.
And that's really hard. That's really a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
But I feel like the more I do it, I think the more I'll get better at doing it,
Hmm.
and the more it'll come naturally. I
Yeah.
used to have a teacher that said, to look at everybody and go, I love you, I love you, I love you, or you're perfect, you're perfect, you're perfect. And that's exhausting, I have to say. But I look at people, and I think I love you. Of course,
Yeah.
people I don't know are a lot easier to say that about.
Right. Right. People who are not pressuring you or, giving you heck or something.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
I'm just, but Marcy, you missed the part then if you were out walking your neighbor's dog, you missed the part where Sally told us that um, she found the course through the disappearance of the universe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I did hear that.
You did hear that,
I did
and
hear that part. Yeah.
the part of the course that she got on Audible to listen to were the supplements, and so she started with the psychotherapy pamphlet.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
I thought,
Which is
wow,
like,
this is
Hard
great.
to
If you
understand.
took the word psychotherapy out of this, it's
Yeah.
really a
Yeah.
great philosophy.
Yeah. But it's more like, I mean,
it's
it's
really
just
funny.
having somebody to talk to, So, I mean, I'm known, and I'm very embarrassed about it because I can't seem to stop talking to myself in the house because everybody might be here, but nobody wants to talk with me. So I talk to myself, but there's sound coming out of my mouth, which I'd rather pause on. But I mean, I catch myself when I'm judging. So I had when I married my husband, I thought I would do well with two teenage stepdaughters and um, my husband's ex-wife, which did not go well for me. And that's what totally pushed me off the cliff and into the Course in Miracles. Because I was like, I really can't stand the way I am being or thinking, but I don't know what else to do. Like suddenly I became, I mean, before we were married, everything was great. And then I got into the chaos of them calling their mother to say, what can we dye our hair at dad's house? And I'm like, nobody said anything to me. I don't want hair dye that I got to clean off a wall or that, you guys can clean it off the wall. But I didn't do I thought I was a kinder person and being a step parent in that role where there were some communication issues in the house, it just didn't go well. I mean, I can talk to them now, I can see them now, I can hug them now if they feel like hugging me. Um, but we haven't even been spending time. My husband has two biological grandkids from the one I had the most difficulty with. And I was at a party at my mother-in-law's and I decided to wash dishes because I didn't know what else to do. I didn't want to stay in the room. I couldn't in the main room where everybody was sitting. I couldn't tolerate it. So I went in there and washing dishes. And then I'll just for the sake of understanding the story, I'll say one of my step grandsons who's I also have memory problems, so I couldn't even remember his name. I remember both of their names, but I don't know who's who. It's really sad after so many years because they're like upper grade school level and high school. But I looked up when he came in and I said, oh, this is awkward. And he's like, yeah, because he hasn't seen his grandfather even in years, except for like big events. So I feel like I need help with the Holy Spirit from the Holy Spirit all this time. And and I would think when I was at that house at my mother-in-law's, the tears were coming because I was like, it sure is a long time to hold a grudge. I'm not talking about 100 years, but we're talking about 30 years. And then my husband, I did go to their house a couple times to see the kids and, my stepdaughter, but I felt like I just blew the whole thing. Like I did the worst thing ever. I was in attack mode. They were taking my money and doing all sorts of interesting things, and then I just turned. I was like, I'm an ego now, I can't stop it. Train it's like the gate is open and the horse race is on.
I hear you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have total respect for any step parent now.
You
Total
do. If anybody asked me, I'd
respect.
be like, don't go, don't
Give
do
you
it.
props. Give you props.
Yeah, yeah, and somebody who was divorced but had a teenage daughter at the time said, "Oh my God, you're gonna walk into two young, teenage to preteen." She's like, "Oh, you don't want to go there," and I'm like, "Oh, I love them. They're great."
They're not even human at that age.
Right? No, well now I realize it because that's what I have. Again, 66 years old and 14-year-old.
Oh my gosh.
A brilliant plan. I'm like, I'm gonna have the family, like the two kids. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. But I'm just very stubborn and ego.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Wow. Well,
So what does the course, I mean, is there anything about the course that rings in your head when you hear my story?
oh, I'm sorry.
No, don't worry. Don't worry. No, you're fine. We're just talking. We're just
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah. Um, I I'm sorry. I can't really think about anything that rings into my head,
Okay. Okay. Or
but
do you have any reactions of like something similar for you?
oh yeah. There were times with those four kids that I just wanted to take a bath all day or
Hmm.
just stay in bed all day and not have to deal with any of it. You know, it's a tough situation,
Yeah.
but then you get through it, and boy, we did all the sports and everything, and we were always running, and you get through it, and then you look back and you say, "Shoot, I miss it now." You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because by the time they hit a certain age, as apparently 14-year-olds do, um, they got their own ideas
Yeah,
of what's fun to do. Oh, hanging with mom. Not so much.
well, I don't, like my youngest granddaughter did every sport and theater, and she was in an a cappella group, and we were just always running, running, running. And then when it stopped, it's like, shoot, I kind of miss that running around now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
but now you move on. You move on with
Yeah. Well, I run around by myself or I run around with my friends. So
yeah,
that helps.
yeah. We're kind of retired here. We just kind of hunker down. My husband, my husband's just been diagnosed with cancer, so
Mm,
you know, and his brother too. It just seems like everybody's sick all of a sudden.
yeah.
But
Well, there's probably I mean, our environment is not terribly good in
no, I
form.
know. When people say that, they eat all this organic food and, you have to be careful the water you drink. And it's like, God, do you know that we're all breathing the same air?
Right.
And they're using the same water to water the food. So, we're
And
just
what are they pouring into the water?
right. No,
You
we're stuck
know,
in it. We're in the thick of it. You're not going to get out of it by just eating organic vegetables.
right, right. Well, and also, I mean, I hate to say it, but there's glyphosate all over the place. And even if an organic gardener is not using it when we have evaporation and then it rains again, and there is poison in the rain.
Yes.
I don't care where it got mixed up with some other stuff, but yeah. So form we can't control. We can't even control. And right now everything feels out of control, to tell you the truth.
I
In
can only
form.
control how I look at it. That's all I
That's
can
right.
control.
That's right.
All I can control. And that's all I control with anything is just the way that I look at it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just want to look at things with love.
Yeah.
And
Well, there you go. And exactly what I mean, it's the same thing, isn't it? We can't control our children, we can't control the script, the story. We can't, you're sitting in the movie theater watching the movie and you think somehow you're going to change out the film and see some different story play out. No, it's not going to happen.
But
And
I
that's,
have the other reel. This is the better one.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's
misplace it. I misplace it.
Yeah, splice it together. Get it on there.
exactly.
Quick,
I
quick.
made this on my iPhone. I got a TikTok going on here. So Uh, so yeah, but you know what? I think the point of it is to actually enjoy the movie that we're in and appreciate it and find the love that's in it because it's there. And so wherever, whatever may seem to be happening, whatever bad things seem to go on, really, it's all just to point out to me, to show me that the love is really here, and it's really the only thing that is. And so with your kids, with your grandkids, and all the folks that we think we're having so many issues with. In reality, they're just issues between myself and myself. uh, myself and myself, and that's it. And when I clear it up and get out of myself and start listening only to that voice for love, which is what you're saying, Sally, then I can hear, and we don't know. I mean, because of the lack of real communication and the reluctance of people to really say what's on their mind because they feel guilty or ashamed or afraid or whatever, you know we can't really know what goes on in another person's life, even if they're your child and you've known them your whole life. That you never ever know, what's really happening in their minds and in their experience, um, because kids keep secrets. Guarantee you that. So,
Yeah.
we just have to assume that whatever it is for their best interest and for mine too, because now that I hear the story, it's me, I'm involved. It's part of my life too now. So I appreciate very much your sharing, and Marcy, always appreciate her sharing. And Marcy, I want to show you something. I don't know if our time is up here, but um, we could go on a little bit longer. But I was going to show Marcy something that will maybe crack you up.
Oh, I
Okay.
hope so.
Well, I don't know. It's just very funny. This came up on my feed today from uh, my OneDrive. You see that? That's me. I
Okay.
used to color my hair dark. And look who
Oh,
that is. Ozzy,
That's Aussie.
Ozzy Marie,
Oh my
uh,
gosh.
Nick Miranda's. And then here in the background, walking away is Dove.
That's so funny.
That is funny. We had just arrived at a restaurant and we're going to go
Oh
have
wow.
lunch with Gary Renard and a bunch of other people.
Hmm.
And we had that picture taken, and I'm like, oh my gosh, those old days,
Yeah.
the good old days.
Oh, that's sweet.
I knew you'd think that was sweet. I think that's it. Oh, that's
Yeah.
just me and Aussie and Nick.
Uh-huh.
But anyhow, very funny. All right, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and close this out.
Okay.
Do you have any
Good to see you. I'm
final-
probably going to have to do
Thank you,
something.
Marcy. Thank you
Yeah.
for your sharing.
Oh, my pleasure.
And thank you, Lynn. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Love you, Wayne. Love you,
Love
Odsy.
you.
Thank
Dove,
you. Thank you so
everyone who
much,
came.
everybody.